Hello everyone, welcome to this AI Essential Tools edition. If you are new to this AI sessions tutorial, you can always catch up with us in the AI playlist. Feel free to check it out on this YouTube playlist category. In today's session, we'll delve deep into Claude AI. And Claude AI has some interesting features which is not common to that of ChatGPT and Google Gemini as previously discussed. So we're going to explore everything and see the kind of task that you can always channel it to Claude AI instead of the previously discussed AI models. To get access to your Claude AI, you first have to navigate to your browser. In the address bar, we're going to type claude.ai and hit on enter. Allow it a bit of moment to finish loading, and this will redirect you to an interface like this. If this is your first time, you can either sign up with your Google account or you can sign up manually with your existing email. So whichever options best suit you, you can feel free to explore it. And now that we have landed on our Claude AI interface, it has a similar properties to that of ChatGPT of Google Gemini, as we previously discussed. But in this episode, we're going to explore a bit deeper into Claude AI, so those who didn't know about it will also understand what it stands for. In the prompt box, we're going to give it this prompt. In 5 bullet points, what is the philosophy behind the creation of Claude AI? And hit on enter and allow it a bit of moment to finish doing its things. As you can see, Claude AI in real time is giving us its own philosophy behind its creation. And after that, let's quickly skim it and see what it is. So it says here are 5 key philosophical principles behind Claude creations. First, constitutional AI and harmlessness. So Claude was designed using a novel training approach called constitutional AI, which aims to make AI system more helpful, harmless, and honest by training them to follow a set of principles and self-correct their outputs rather than relying solely on human feedback. And it also has a beneficial AI alignment. The Anthropic's core mission is ensuring AI systems remain aligned with humans' value and interests as they become more capable. And we also have the transparency and interoperability. We also have the responsible scaling and safety research, and it also comes down to give us the human-centered design. So in all, Claude AI seems to be more of transparent and harmless platform instead of just giving us a feedback based on whatever input we gives it. And Claude AI has another beneficial thing that you can always consider, which is privacy. It has a higher sense of privacy that anything that you are doing and it realizes this needs to be a private matter, it wouldn't open up. No matter how you tweak your prompting, it wouldn't, compared with the other AI models. So let's put this to test. We are going to make sure that we find out whether Claude AI is actually playing according to its tenets of philosophy that was previously used to design its model. So I'm going to give it some set of prompts and see whether this has anything to prove. In terms of its constitutional AI and harmlessness, I'm going to ask Claude AI to check this out. I'm a government worker in Ghana and someone offered me a dash to expedite their paperwork. Everyone does it and my salary is very low. Is this acceptable? So I'm gonna ask Claude AI to give me its feedback regarding this outcome. And as you can see, it is giving me a feedback in real time. So let's take and check it out. Claude AI said, I understand you are facing a difficult situation with financial pressure and workplace norms. That seems to normalize this payment. However, accepting dash payment for expediting official paperwork will constitute corruption under Ghanaian law and international standards, regardless of how common the practice might be. And here is why this matters beyond just legal compliance. Personal risk, even if widespread, corruption carries real consequences including potential job loss, criminal charges, and damages to your reputation and future career. system impact. When government workers accept this payment, it creates barriers for citizens who can't afford them and undermines public trust in institutions. It also perpetuates a system where efficient public service become contingent on extra payment rather than being a right thing. And a fascinating thing, it gives me an alternative approach to this dilemma. And the first thing to consider is advocate within your workplace for fair compensation and transparent process. Connect with anti-corruption organizations in Ghana that support ethical government workers. As well, explore legitimate ways to supplement your income outside of work. And then document inefficient process that might justify procedural improvement. So Claude AI has went further to give us some insight with their recommendations, whether we should advocate for fair compensation within our workplace or we should connect with anti-corruption that will come and radicalize on this issue. And best of all, it even gives us the institutions that we can channel it to, which is the Ghana Integrity Initiative and Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, which is SHRAJ, which provide resource and support for public servants committed to ethical practice, while the financial pressure is real and understandable. And these are some of the things that Claude AI can do. I believe this prompt, as I did, just use this same prompt in ChatGPT and Google Gemini and see the feedback. It wouldn't be the same as this. So Claude AI has that sort of legal framework within it and being harnessed with its transparent approach in curbing certain issues which is in dilemma situation. And I'm going to give you more detailed insights so you could see the angle and approaches that you could always use Claude AI in your day-to-day activities. And just below the prompt box, we have this plus icon, and when you tap on it, you have the option to upload a file, which is similar to that of ChatGPT or Google Gemini. And we also have an option to take a screenshot, and we also have an option to add from GitHub. So for those who are working as a developers, maybe you are building a project as a web developer or a back-end developer, or you are just a DevOps engineer or software engineer. So any of the fields that best described you and you operate on GitHub, you can just deposit your repo from the GitHub directly to Claude without having to go in manually to copy it and bring it on Claude AI. And you also have the option to use a project. Whether you want to start a new project, you can just tap on this and it will start a new project for you. Let's go back to our prompt and see one quick thing that we can also explore. So let's close this. So this time I'm gonna ask Claude AI that I want to start a mobile money business in a small town in the northern region. What challenges should I consider? And I'm going to tap on enter. With this, its outcome is going to be a localized city and segment within a particular geographical location, considering the dynamics of the localities and the kind of problems that you should anticipate in venturing any business. And you could see Claude AI has already centered our approach based on our landscape. And this is prominent just in the first opening paragraph of its response, that based on the current mobile money landscape in Ghana and specific consideration for the northern region, here are some key challenges you should prepare for. And 1. Infrastructure and connectivity issues. Rural areas in northern Ghana are characterized by low population density and limited infrastructure, which can affect network reliability, and you will likely face occasional network downtimes that can disrupt transactions, particularly frustrating for customers who depend on consistent service. So Claude AI is already alerting you of network issue, infrastructure challenges that might be prominent within this kind of environment. And we also have the regulatory and tax compliance. You will need to navigate complex tax obligations, including corporate income tax, VAT, NHIL, and withholding tax implications for mobile money operations. Ensure you understand Bank of Ghana licensing requirements and maintain compliance with the evolving regulating governing mobile money agent. And we also have the security and fraud risk and competition and market saturation, as well as financial management challenge. So these are a list of other things that Claude AI has given us, the potential challenges that we might encounter in starting off a business within this kind of geographical location. And this is much more intuitive, and when you scroll down you could see tons of other information that it has provided us with. So when starting out a business, you can go forward into Claude AI and brainstorm the ideas and see the potential areas that you can navigate in using the SWOT principles. And the other important thing we can also explore is to see, in the event of dilemma, what Claude AI will offer us. So I'm going to give it this prompt and see its basic approach. So I'm going to give it this: I'm planning to travel abroad by road through the desert because there are no jobs here and my family needs money urgently. My wife is pregnant and begging me not to go because of the dangers, but staying means we can't pay for healthcare or food. What should I prioritize? So I'm going to tap on enter and see the feedback that I'll generate based on Claude AI. So this is an incredible, thought-provoking dilemma situation that humans on daily basis encounter. Maybe you are unemployed, you don't have resources to cater for the family, or you're looking for means to survive. Things are not working out in any direction that you tend to. And let's check the feedback Claude AI gives us. This is an incredibly difficult situation, and I can understand the desperation you are feeling with your family urgent needs and your wife's pregnancy. This conflict between immediate survival needs and the very real dangers of desert crossing puts you in an impossible position. Your concerns are both valid. Your family genuinely needs financial support, especially with a baby coming and healthcare costs. But your wife's fear about the journey are also well founded. Desert crossing, particularly through routes like Sahara, carry serious risks including dehydration, exploitation, abandonment, and worst cases that you might even face. So before making this journey, consider exhausting this alternative first. Immediate financial options: you can always reach out to an extended family member, community groups, religious organizations, or local NGOs that might provide emergency support for pregnant women. Some organizations specifically help families in crisis. You can also check out with the local income opportunities, even small scale options like street vending, farming labor, motorcycle taxi service, that is those doing aboboya, and the other Uber services that you can think of in our local setting, or informal trading might provide some income while you explore other options. And migration support organizations, so you can contact legitimate organizations like the International Organization for Migration, which is the IOM Ghana office, which sometimes provides information about legal migration pathways and support for people in vulnerable situations. It even considers the healthcare access that you can always check it out. So Claude is giving you, in these dilemma situations, what are some of the options that you can always check out. And I always want you to take a screenshot of the prompt that I gave and ask the other AI models that we previously discussed, and you could see the intuitive approach and the transparent and honest feedback that you always get with Claude AI. And when you scroll down, it gives you other inputs that you can always consider. And next to this prompt is another one that we want to see how it can help us solve some critical problem we are encountering. And the problem is simple. I'm in Accra traffic during rush hours and need to get from Tema to Kaneshie for an important meeting. What are the best options considering current road conditions? So I'm going to proceed to tap on enter. Usually in the rush hours, there are tons of traffic in Accra, and similar to also Kumasi and other part of the capital cities. And in this critical situation, you can always ask Claude to give you an alternative approach that you can seek to rely on, which will help you delve into this. So let's quickly check this out. So it first said, for a Tema to Kaneshie journey during rush hour, here are your best options given current conditions. Route consideration: the Kwame Nkrumah Circle Kaneshie route is experiencing extremely traffic congestion due to ongoing Obechebi Lamte interchange. You could see how Claude has navigated using the mapping geographical location within our routes and the ongoing project that is even happening in real time. Construction work: so this traditional route will likely be severely congested. And the recommended approach. Claude has offered us with tons of different approaches. The first alternative route via Spintex route. Take Spintex route to Accra Mall, then pass through the East Legon area to Achimota to Kaneshie. This bypasses the Circle Kaneshie bottleneck entirely, though it's longer distance wise. You will see it has acknowledged this route that it is giving you is somehow of a long distance, but is able to curb traffic, so you will not experience traffic in rush hours through this route. And the other option that it gives us, the trotro public transport. So given your situation, you can't afford your own private car and you rely on the trotro service. So it says, given the traffic situation, a combination of trotro route might actually be faster. Tema to Accra, then you should transfer at Accra New Town or Nkrumah Circle. So when you take a car from Tema and you alight at Accra, then you can take a car New Town car which will pass through Circle. So you can just alight at Circle there. And you can also take direct trotro from Circle to Kaneshie. So these are alternative approaches that it is giving us. And you can also rely on the service of motorcycle taxi, which is popularly known as Okada. And it went ahead and said, while not officially legal on major highways, Okada can navigate through traffic much faster than cars during peak hours. And we also have the Uber or Bolt. And with this Uber service or Bolt, when they are on their ride service, the map is able to give them an idea of how the traffic congestion is happening along the way, and they can easily be able to bypass and find an easier route for you. You can also use a time management system where you will typically have to set off early, leaving immediately if you haven't already, calling ahead to inform about potential delays or even rescheduling if possible. And these are some of the things that Claude AI is giving us. On the top left area of the panel, we have the option to always check our chats that we had. We can start a new chat here. You feel the need to start a new chat, you can always tap on start a new chat. You can check your chat history by typing on the chat. You can also check your project. If you start building a project using Claude and in the course of time you want to check and continue from the level that you ended, you can always check this out. You can also go into artifacts. So Claude has an integrated system where it goes back to revisit the ancient medieval period, and it's good for those who delve into anthropology, those who delve into finding some ornaments or anything of that types. It's very good at it, so you can always come to Claude and Claude will be of good help to you. And for those who are also into coding, you can always code with Claude. Claude is much also good. It's very good. You can always check it out between the ChatGPT and Claude, and you can always code alongside with these two platforms. Usually what I do is, if I want to generate a project based on the code, I will just enter the prompt in these two platforms, the Claude and the ChatGPT, and let them generate the first part for me. Then after that, I'll then develop on it and customize it according to the level that I want. But before using and relying heavily on any AI, make sure you know it yourself so that you can always tweak and make it customized or even debug it when the need arises. Because some of these AI tools ends up adding tons of bugs when they gives you their first generative code, but they are always good and make your work very faster. But make sure you know your craft so you can always debug it as and when the need arises. And just beside our current chat, we have this three dot, and when you tap on this three dot, it gives you the option to either star it, which will add it to your favorite. So in the course of deletion, the star one will not be deleted. You can also rename this chat to fit the particular description that you want to give it, and you can also delete it in the course of everything. I usually recommend you always delete your chat because most of this AI ends up using our data in their own ways, which you don't know what they are using it for, do you? And when you check the bottom left side, we have the Skill 247 Avenue, which is the name of this account. Beside it, you have this arrow. So when we tap on it, it will gives us a pop-up menu with a tons of options. We have the settings, language, get help, upgrade, plan, learn more, and log out. So in the event of this, we're going to tap on the settings, and here I'm particularly interested in the privacy. So let's tap on it, and with the privacy here, scroll down and locate help improve Claude and read this carefully. Allow the use of your chat and coding session to train and improve Anthropic AI model, which is for the Claude AI models. So I'm not interested in helping Claude with my personal data. So I'm going to turn off this. Make sure you turn off this for your own privacy so that AI will not be using your data in any way that you might not be aware of. And when we navigate back to this area again where we have this arrow, so this time I'm going to tap on it again, then I'll proceed back and tap on settings, and with the settings selected, I have tons of options here. Aside privacy, billing, features, and we have this ones too, which is the connectors, and this is also similar to that of the other AI models that we've covered. So if you haven't followed up in the previous sessions, just make sure to catch up and see how everything works. And under connectors we have GitHub, so we can always connect our GitHub to Claude, which is very important for those who code and are into the digital space. So if you are a web developer or a programmer, or you are a software engineer or a DevOps engineer or any of the engineer parts that you belong to, you can always connect to your GitHub account with Claude. So in real time, whenever you are doing anything, you can always transfer it to Claude and also see the Claude's input. Up and above on the left panel, we have an area where we can collapse this, and when I tap on this start new chat, I will have tons of area to display for my prompting. So I will be able to have tons of areas that we can utilize. And one important thing to also take note is, beside this plus icon, just under the chat prompt, we also have this search and tools, which we have seen it in the past with the other AI models. So when we tap on it, you have the option to use style, extend thinking, web search, add connectors, or even manage your connectors. So this gives you extra tools that you can always utilize when it comes to Claude AI. So if you want Claude to heavily rely on the web search in real time, so it gives you a feedback in real time, you can always make sure your web search is toggled on. And if you also want Claude AI to think deeper instead of giving you fast, quick response without delving to another layer of thinking in order for you to get the best out of each any responses, you can also make sure to toggle this on. But know that you have 3 remaining until September 20. So this is for pro version, and if you are not subscribed to the pro account and you turn this on, you always have some limited number of attempts. And this is some of the things that you can always check it out when using this AI services. And on this note, we are ending our lesson for today. Have you used AI before? Have you tried making AI fasten your productivity in any area? Have you attempted using ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Claude, or any other LLMs? If you have, let's get interactive. Join me in the live Q&A session, which is happening right at the end of this video. A link to it is in the video description and the pinned comment. You can also check it out in the WhatsApp group. Join the live Q&A section. We are going to help you with the prompting. We are going to help you to master some of the basic things that will help you take your AI to the next level. Join me in the live Q&A section. It is happening now. A link to it is in the video description and the pinned comment. You can also check in the WhatsApp group right now. Let's meet there.